recording.
Hello.
Oh, hi.
Today is February 1st, and we are
the SABLE Stitchers.
This is our Flosstube number 45. I'm Roberta.
I'm Linnie.
You can find me on Instagram at Roberta Lyle.
And I'm Linnie Isenburg.
And we're just glad you joined us today.
Thank you.
Are here to talk about our stitching. It's been a little over 2 weeks, and we're also going to talk a little bit about, today we're going to talk about our ways we organize some various things with our stitching. We're going to show our whips, a couple recent finishes, and then our plans, of course. And then also, we are so excited. We hit 8,000 subscribers.
Thank you.
We are very appreciative and humbled and so thrilled that you are along on this journey with us, and we want to celebrate that. So stay tuned to the end, and we have some special prizes for everyone.
Thank you for your comments, and welcome back. And it's just such a joy to be able to talk to you and visit with you through the comments. And so
yes,
anyway, thank you.
Lots of really great comments. And if you're new here, SABLE is an acronym for Stash Accumulated Beyond Life Expectancy.
I'll never get it all done.
I know, but we enjoy the challenge. So
I think these last 2 weeks I have put in more threads and patterns that I didn't have planned, but that's okay.
So we usually start with just a little bit of a life update. Like we said, it's been a couple of weeks since we filmed. So I know how's Mason? Is it Mason? Who's
Mason
working
had
at Culver's.
Grant.
Okay.
And let's see. It was so funny. He had on his uniform.
Oh, his Culver's.
His Culver's uniform. He was doing his muscles. Shows muscles too. So
I was thinking that's one of those high school jobs where, sometimes there's a lot of downtime. There's probably no downtime out there.
He can only work, I think it's 14 hours a week until he's 16, which he'll be 16 in March. But so it's, they make it to where it's not too much. And then,
so if you don't have Culver's is a restaurant, and they have a drive-through, and they're known for their frozen custard, and then also their butter burgers.
And that's so good too. And they had the best French fries too. So I woke up yesterday to a text. Excuse me. And first of all, it was at 7:19 in the morning, but I got to read it to you. It's like, this is from Wyatt. He goes, "Hey, Mimi, do you want to go to Hobby Lobby and then at 4:30, and then I can take you out to dinner at Panera?" So
that's so sweet.
He's taking life skills in junior high, and I taught both boys how to use the sewing machine. And so Grant had to do this last year, and so he was real familiar with threading a machine. But anyway, they're making a pillow and a bed caddy. So I go, Hobby Lobby, my ears perk up. Yeah, I want to go to Hobby Lobby. But so we went and picked out, or he actually picked out all his fabric. He had to make a 9-patch pillow and a bed caddy. He said he's been sewing by hand. And I go, if you can sew by hand, you can cross stitch, buddy. So anyway, and then he took me out to dinner. We went to Panera. He opened the door and he held my hand.
Oh,
he ordered dinner for us and paid for
that
it.
They learn to buy.
And I go, you're a good boy. And I said something about his mama taught him well. And then I says, but do you know who taught your mama well? So it all boils down to Mimi. So anyway.
Of course.
And Mason had his wisdom teeth out, so he was not a happy camper this week.
Oh, that's not fun.
But I said, well, I hope you have some wisdom left. And then
we always did it over winter break, I think, with one, and spring break with the other. So
I said
we had some miserable breaks.
It was planned for Christmas, over Christmas break, but something happened. I don't remember what it was, but and then they're going on vacation next week, so I think they wanted to get it done before they go on vacation.
Yes.
And Luke's he's just a fish. I mean, he's had swim meets all January, so he's just swimming like a fish. So
do you go to those at all?
I went to one, and
what does he swim?
He does what's that hard one?
Butterfly.
Butterfly. That's his, and he loves the butterfly. But his swim stroke. Well, the kid's about 6'2", so he's kind of a good length of the pool anyway.
Yeah.
But he's got these. But his strokes are just. He's good. So
that's good.
And Wyatt had a meet and came home with a whole bunch of medals, so I could hear him jingling down the steps. So
that's fun.
So they're doing well. Everybody's doing well.
That's good. Well, our other big news is Chiefs are in the Super Bowl.
Oh, I know. I didn't wear my shirt.
Well, this is. I don't like to spend a lot of money on Chiefs gear. T-shirt on, and I went to a sporting goods store yesterday. And I'm like, I don't want to spend that much for a shirt, so I went to one of our local grocery stores.
That's right. I got mine at Hy-Vee.
Well, I like V-necks. I like V-necks too, and everything's a crew neck. And so I got this, and it's from, I don't know what Super Bowl it's from. It's maybe, but it was like less than half price.
Oh,
so
good.
It was really, that's a good size. Now, can wear it to the gym and everything. So that's exciting. That was stressful, but.
And, I know some of you guys are rooting for the other team, and that's okay. We love you. So, but
it's just unexpected and very, very fun.
Yeah, it was very unexpected, but they played a great game. I think everybody played a great game, but pretty ecstatic here in Kansas City.
Lots of fun. And then I've been staying home for the past couple of weeks plus, and all I want to do is sit in and stitch, even though the weather's nicer now. I'm so excited about getting some stitching done.
We were 0 degrees last week. We're 64 today, and I think that's kind of the way it's going through the United States, is everybody's kind of warming up as the new storm starts to come in. But anyway. It's been a good 2 weeks.
Feels like we're cheating winter right now.
I know, but my husband says every day that's above freezing in January is one day closer to spring.
Oh, yeah. And then I wanted to mention that I attended last week, I think it was, we have a local EGA guild, and EGA stands for Embroiderers Guild of America. And they meet on the fourth Thursday of the month at the Matt Ross Community Center, which is in Overland Park, Kansas. I think they start at 6. You can come in and stitch at 6, and then they have like their meeting beginning at 7. And there were several tables full of stitchers of all ages. In fact, one of the ladies who stitched all the Prairie Schooler models is a member of the guild.
Oh, I'm going to get that number.
Yes, so, you need to come.
Yes.
And you can attend these meetings up to 3 times before I'm getting kind of warm. We have this new ring light here. I don't know if it's that or the lights on overhead.
I was hoping
to
be right above my head so it looked like a halo.
So it's $67 for your yearly dues, and what they told me is that it's not like a calendar year, or they don't have like a fiscal year. It's whenever you join, your dues are good for a year from the point that you join. And I looked on the EGA website, and if you join, you have access to a quarterly magazine. And then online, there's a needlework lending library and educational opportunities, things you can, books that you can check out. So and they had like a virtual tour of, I guess I didn't have much time to check this out, a virtual tour of 2 galleries of needlework. I guess it's current works, exceptional works that you can check out. So if you live in the area, that might be something you want to come next month, or I guess it's this month now, the 4th Thursday in February. And it's at the Matt Ross Community Center in Overland Park. So
I know right where that is.
Hope to see you there. And then it's been a little while ago too. Because Nicola Parkman had mentioned this, I also joined the Cross Stitch Guild of, let's see, it's the crossstitchguild.com, and this is out of England. And so they too have magazines that they send you. Oh. It has some projects in the magazines. It has thoughts from their founder, who's Jane Greenough. I think that Greenough, I'm sorry. And she's now the creative director. Just a very well-known, accomplished embroiderer. And so lots of really pretty projects. So if that's something you're interested in, I will put a link to that in our show notes as well, so that you can find out a little more information about that. And you get a
look at all the goodies.
When you join, you just get a whole bunch of little gifts. So
some little doodads.
Lots of little fun things. So that might be something you might want to check out too, if you want to learn more about embroidery and take classes, or just find out what's happening overseas as well. So cool. And I just want to mention two things. We had a couple questions. I forgot to insert a picture of the Prairie Schooler quilt.
That quilt.
And that was completed by Jane. I'm not sure how to pronounce her name. That was Jane B is what I'm going to say, and I will do that here. Sometimes when I get editing, I skip over some parts, and I skipped over the part apparently where I said I was going to insert the picture. And then I also wanted to give special thanks to a couple gals who I met at Sampler Symposium. One of them was Anna from Stitch Roadie. I followed Anna for years when she was
the Beehive.
When she was the Woolly Mammoth. She had a blog called Woolly Mammoth, and she talked about her quilting and stitching. So I knew about her for years. The kitty.
Oh, there's Kitty.
Yeah.
Hi, Pepper.
And so we traded gifts, and that was what I got from Anna. And I have really enjoyed watching the Flosstubes about, the recaps of Sampler Symposium. Uh-huh. And I was watching hers at the gym, and, I have my earbuds in, and I'm walking on the treadmill, and she started talking about watching Kim Goldman stitch, and how, she stitches just part of her pattern. And she gets to a part she's not going to stitch, and she just rips it off. And Anna was just like, and I didn't know she did that, but Anna was talking about it, and the way she described it was so funny. I started laughing out loud on the treadmill. I was like,
nope, not doing that part.
I thought that was so hilarious. And then Grace the Paisley Stitcher, and her sister made a lot of little bracelets. Aww. And this one says needleworker. I think Anna had one that said snarky cross stitch or something, but
cute.
Thank you. I know. So that was a sweet little gift. I think she's going to make some that say Sable.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Because there's a lot of us in this club.
Yes.
So
we're ensablers.
Yes. So that was my my life update.
Okay.
Yeah, I just have a couple other things. What do you have a joke or something?
I know. Why did the wife buy her husband a kitten for Valentine's Day?
I'm not sure.
It was the perfect gift. Okay. Well, I've got a lot of...
we do previous finishes?
Yeah. And these are pretty old finishes, like when I first got started. But I don't have very many Valentines, I decided. So I might have to do something about that. But let's just start with this little one. I got this design out of Brenda Key's sampler. My mom collected giraffes, and so I kind of just made this one up, and I have it sitting on my sewing table, so just to remind me, I made this in 2021, so those do get dirty after a while, don't they? But anyway, so this is my mom.
Someone has a giraffe with like a sweater on.
Oh,
Did you
I
see that?
saw
I saw that
that.
on someone's Flosstube.
It was just a recent. I think it's a new.
Is it a new release?
I think it might be a new release, but I thought I have to do that. And this I just made last night. I not stitched it, but finished it. So it's on a book. Gosh, it's got thread everywhere. It's kind of a poetry book, I think. It's just a very old book I got at the thrift store. But I put that little snowman on there, and then I just put some little pom-poms down there at the bottom, and just
Very cute, like a little flat fold
yep,
kind of
just
finish.
Quick. Took 5 minutes maybe. And then I stitched this last year for Valentine, and that's one of the long leg. Is that hands-on design that does the long legs? Sorry about that. I'll double check that.
Okay.
And this was at Etsy. This was on an old Hobby Lobby. I don't think they have them again this year. The retro little Valentine's card, and I just got that Valentine off of Etsy. It might have even been a freebie.
Oh yes, the Stitcher. What is? Oh, I think. I used to do some of her things when I was selling things. It was the Stitch. Oh, I'll have to see if I can insert the name here or put it in. Insert the name here. The Stitcher Hood, maybe.
Maybe.
I know.
But I do think it was a free one.
There's a lot of really cute freebies
I
you can
spent
get right now.
I'm going to show you some later. I printed a lot off of the computer, and just to let you know that there's all kinds of stuff out there to print or to stitch. And this is from Under the Wool and Willow. This is part of her pillows. This is the Be Mine, and it came as a kit. You can also buy the book, and then I just put a little hole in the back to stuff it
really
up,
cute. The little lace around the little pillow. That's a really cute idea.
So when I look at these, I think, oh, my corners aren't good. But
and this is Stitching with the Housewives.
Yep, Stitching with the Housewives. That was one of the first ones that I did, just on a little Hobby Lobby.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I think this was from a thrift store. The frame was. It's real heavy. I think this was a primrose pattern from previous year.
And these pillows were those.
Those I got from I got those from Hobby Lobby. They just came in a sack.
Okay, yeah, I've seen them. They're like bowl fillers.
I think that's Priscilla's checks.
Cute. Okay.
And I think I saw these angel wings. This was, and so I wanted to use them for something. So I think this is from Bent Creek, and it's just the heart with the alphabet on it. And this is from my last one's from Country Cottage, and this is part of the February part of that.
So pretty.
This is one I think I made it to April, and then I think I stopped.
It's so pretty.
It's just so pink,
springy looking.
So, and that's all my finishes.
Okay, I have a prior finish too, and I had showed this last year, but I know we have a lot of new people. A lot of people are new to our video.
That's true.
This is a Brenda Gervais pattern. She had a couple of years where she would do a pattern series for Valentine's Day, and she would take like one of these old candy boxes, and she would cover them, and she would cover them like this was, I think, maybe red. The background was red, and then there was the hand with maybe like a white sleeve or something. Well, I kind of did it the reverse because this was kind of a tribute to my mom and dad, and so my dad's favorite song, and grown up, the three of us took piano lessons and played the piano, and so I had a lot of sheet music. His favorite song was Stardust, and so I had this old sheet music that was in pretty bad shape, so I decoupaged the back, and then the front of it is the
that's so
the
cool.
word, the music, And then I did the hand, and that's from like an old book that I had. And this was my mom, when she passed away, she had this little plain box, and it had several crosses in it. And she was not a big jewelry wearer, but apparently she did like crosses. And so I gave one to each of the grandsons, and then I kept one and I put it on the box, and it has just a pretty
That's
little
sweet.
design
What a
on
nice
it.
memory.
Yeah, and then in here is more of the music, and so one of us must have had trouble counting because the piano teacher wrote like the counting, correct counting for that on there.
I could
And
not do music.
Oh, and so here's the little pin cushion that was part of the Brenda Gervais design, and it took me a long time to finish this because I was partially done, and somewhere along the way I lost the pattern, and so I had to kind of fudge it myself to finish it. But that's just a nice little Valentine memory. So, and then for a while I was trying to make something new every year, and this was a Blackbird design leaflet that we got at one of the sampler, the cross stitch extravaganza hosted by Quilter Station, where Alma was attending, and she gave us all this leaflet, and it looks a lot bigger, but it's just a cute little bitty pillow. So I did it in red and made it into a little pillow.
That's
and
sweet.
then this was, I think, a threadwork designs, and I just changed the colors, made it kind of pretty much monochromatic. And if you want the
That's so
details, I'll
sweet.
have to look that up. But I don't think I'm going to be making, and then I like to, when I do these little pillows, I can't do it where you leave an opening and then stitch it. My edges turn out wonky, so I do the hole in the back, turn it around, and then stitch something over to cover the, whip stitch the hole closed and put something over it like that. And then these have been displayed up on our little cabinet, and this is in a box that we got from, I think it was Tanya Brockmeyer at a Silver Needle retreat.
Did you decoupage the sides then?
Yes, I think
Looks like.
I think her husband painted these boxes, and then so we decoupaged them and then put something in the bottom. And
That's an easy way to.
Yeah, I think there's something else that I need to stitch and put in there, and I just haven't got around to finishing that
that's really
part
cute.
yet. So those were. Oh, and then I had a big finish this last week and I don't have my notes on this. I don't think, but for quite a while now, I've been working on HL's Moth.
You got her done.
I might have started in 2019. And this is the called for MPIs on 40 count. I believe it's Cocoa. And so happy. I'm so happy with the way it turned out.
Isn't that beautiful?
And back when Kathy Barrick was at the Quilter Station retreat, it was like a year and a half ago now, I think, we had these cards, and I had her sign it. So I'm going to put that on, when I get this frame, I'm going to put that on the back with the title and the details. So very happy to have that done. So that was my first finish of 2024, and I've mentioned in the past I'm part of the Tudor Rose Sampler Guild, and they have what they call MAGIC. It stands for My Annual Good Intentions Contract, and you can select up to 5 designs that you're working on. It's 5 whips that you want to finish by year's end. So that was the first of my whips that was part of my magic list. So
Okay.
excited to have those done. Okay, and then I had notes on some of the Flosstubers I've been watching.
Okay. We can do that.
Or did you want to do what?
I had one finish, and
Okay.
but the rest of them were whips, so I can.
Well, why don't you do your finish then?
Okay. This was from Liz Matthews. It was on. If you sign up to her newsletter, she has a few freebies that are listed on her newsletter, and this was one of them. I think it came out a couple of years ago. It was always, and I just added the little heart. So love always. So I finished that up.
That's really pretty. And is that like a linen that you were donated? That was given to you then?
I don't know.
So we're not sure what
I
it
don't
is.
know what it is. It was in my pile, but it has this beautiful modeling
Really
in the
pretty
middle. I tried to,
modeling, nice antique-y look.
yeah, I tried to just use a corner of it because I want to save it so I can put something else on it.
And did you do that 2/2?
I did do 2/2. I decided it was probably 28.
Okay.
So that's why I chose 2. I tried 1 and it didn't show up very well. So, and I used a blue jeans
Okay.
for the blue on the always.
Pretty.
I thought it turned out. I had everything laid out, the material and what I was going to put on the outside of it, and I just couldn't get it done. These are my whips, so
Okay.
I only had. Well, actually, I have 3 whips. So I'm always going to work on my prairie schooler, and I got one almost finished. I ran out of thread while I was at the doctor's office, so kind of. So he is almost done. Oh, I was going up to the ring light. So this is 1985 Santa, and he's carrying just a big old sack of toys.
Oh.
I don't have him. So I just need the bottom
very
of his
cute.
coat.
His little legs. He needs to have little legs. He's got little feet. So. Oh, he's adorable.
So I'm trying to do. I thought I could do 2 a month, but I may almost get 2 done a month.
Oh, really?
So because I did this in a week.
Oh, wow.
But I probably could have got more in had I had the floss. But well, let's see, maybe this. I haven't done too much on this. This is my North Pole.
Oh, okay.
I've got it in my bag. I got more of the border done. I had the green done, but I didn't have the flowers done. And then I don't know if I had the tree in or not. I probably did. And then I got Santa's face started right there.
Are these the called for colors?
Those are the called for colors.
That's pretty.
It is on 32 Bramble.
Okay. That's by Picture This Plus.
Picture This Plus. And here is and I'm using Vicki Clayton silks on this.
Oh, are you? Okay.
So
that's really pretty.
I've kind of worked on something else, and he kind of got set aside after I finished part of the border. I got excited over something else. Squirrel! But, and then
wow. Those reindeers are so cute.
just,
Little flying reindeers.
I don't know. I don't really know how people do store their Vicki Claytons. So
I have mine in those floss away bags, but I saw I was watching someone today who takes them out and they put them on floss drops.
oh, they unwind them.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, that would be if you had one of those sticks that you just wound kind of wound.
I guess
around
I do.
That. You could do that.
But anyway, so
I mean, that's a lot.
yeah, I don't know if I want to do that. And then this is my squirrel. This is the one that I just. I got to show you the picture first. I was thinking about this, and I know Christine Hollis Hands Creates is working on it, and I think she did finish it.
Oh, she did.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is the old winter. And I just thought he was such a handsome stag.
I think he looks like a tavern sign is why. So, because I did that was like one of the first ones I did when I
was
going to
look at yours.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what the AB? I looked at 1536, and I don't want to put that date down. That was the.
Is that her initials? I'm not sure what her name is.
Doesn't say.
I can't check because my phone is filming us, so I can look at that while you're.
That's okay. It was the year that Anne Boleyn was executed.
No, because her name is Isabella Body.
Oh, that's all right. So anyway, I'll show you.
I wonder, was it? Was it? It could be
What?
that year that.
Yep, that was the year. Because I thought that was the year that Anne Boleyn was
Oh, well,
executed.
it's probably her then. Why? What does that have to do with?
So, and I did it on the
Called
for linen. It's just so see through. It's by Primitive Hair, and I can't remember what the material was called, but I wanted it was Star something. But
Or
maybe it's
snowflakes.
Stardust. Oh, snowflakes. Maybe it's snowflakes.
Yeah, and then it's like this is like a 32 count, isn't it? Or
30.
it's 30. Okay.
So it's
I know it's
so
kind
definitely
of a low count.
So I think I probably.
There's just a lot of brown.
I know, and I haven't even got to the brown yet, but I think I
Brown.
ripped this out more than I sewed it, just trying to stay on track. And his face was very tricky. So those are my finishes.
Okay.
The other thing that, or not finishes, those are
Your
my
whips.
whips. I didn't put it in here. I'm working on New Year. It's on Embroidery New Year sampler, but I didn't bring. I brought my floss, and I'm also using Embroidery floss, and this is just my ring.
That was really pretty.
So, but I wish I would have brought the material. I
Oh,
forgot.
shoot.
I'll bring it next time. Then I'll have more on it.
And you're happy with the coverage and everything
Oh,
like that?
I love it. I love it. And actually, I'm surprised I didn't bring it because I had a question on it. I started it too close to the edge. And I was really worried about being too close to the edge, but I think it's going to be okay.
Yeah.
So, okay. So that is all that I worked on.
Okay, I'm trying to bring my basket up here. So this is kind of part of storage too. This is the basket. I usually keep at least a couple of my patterns in this basket and keep it next to my stitching nest downstairs. And then this is the basket that I take with me when I go to Stitch Group. So I find baskets, I like to have baskets to corral my whatever I'm working on. And so this is over the past couple of weeks. And then I also wanted to, I'm using,
I was thinking about that you probably have a lot in it already.
let's see here, trying to find my cover. I'm using this Cross Stitchers planner. And so
I feel like a kid at school. I can't sit still in my chair.
first month, so there's my first month, and what I ended up doing is I bought a couple of packages off of Etsy, or Amazon, I'm sorry. It's kind of vintage looking. Okay, go back one step. So a couple of years ago when I started doing the stickers, I had the sticker book that was the old kind of botanical stickers, which I love. That's really, I just love that. That's really my look. And then I love, flowers and greenery. So I bought some paper and some more stickers to kind of complement that and threw them on. And then I realized the markers I'm using, probably not going to use these going forward because they're like bright and springy colors and they don't really go with the stickers. But I ended up doing one of the pages. I think this is like an extra page in the book, and I just put my stickers and paper on there and put a couple of pages to remind me of events from January. And then
But you had a lot of.
a couple of big ones. And so then starting February by starting some of my plans on the edge here in February. So that's what I'm planning to do with this one going forward. And so I keep that in my tote basket along with the things I've been working on. And so one of the things I've been working on is I got, I think, 2 more baskets done on the berry bowl sampler.
Yay.
And so, finish those. So getting closer. I think I have 4 baskets left, maybe. I try to do one a week.
But you got the big one done. You don't have any more.
There's another one that's kind of good size, I think. I mean, so I'm doing this side right now with our friend Kay. And that is on the called for linen with all the called for colors. It's on, let's see. I think I'm doing 36 count. Well, one side is Heartland and the other's Wren, and I think this is the Wren side with Classic Colorworks, Gentle Arts, and Weeks Dye Works.
So now you'll give that half to Kay, and she'll finish the other half, and then she'll give the one that she's doing to you.
And she gives the same one to me.
Okay.
And then we have to do the other part. And then I went back to stitching on Peace on Earth. I kind of picked it up on the 25th of January and decided I wanted to finish another tree.
Oh, it's turning out
so
good.
I did another. I have one more tree to do, and they take a little bit. And then I went back and worked on the windows and the brick. So I'm sorry I didn't get time to iron any of this stuff, but. So I really want to finish this year. Our stitching group is kind of doing Light of Winter together, but I really want to finish this before I pick up Light of Winter. And I know some people have made good progress on that.
Some of them are even done
really fast, but then another one I've given myself. I like the idea of assignment stitching. I talked about this a little bit on our last Flosstube because I like to have a list. I like to cross things off a list, and so I just took a bunch of my patterns that I wanted to get things done on, and I just kind of broke it up into assignments and kind of seeing if they're realistic or not, because haven't really tracked how much I can get done, and it depends too if you have to rip or not, right? So this is one of my goals, both for my magic submission and also for the Sampler Guild of the Rockies, is to get Jane Cowie done, and that was a goal for last year too, and I don't think I made any progress on it last year. I'm doing it with the called for NPI silks, which I love working with these. They are just so pretty.
They are so
I know we can't
help, but it's just silk is just amazing.
And all the colors, they're just so. I just love it, love it, love it. And I have this one on my Edmund scroll frame.
Oh.
And it's stuck to another magnet here. And here's the needle.
Doesn't that keep it nice and tight?
Well, I loosened it, when I'm not stitching on it, so it's a little. I think hopefully I just loosened it. But this is how far I got this one.
Look at the colors on that. Oh my goodness.
Finish the house, the butterfly, the bird. Someone said it looks like the bird's wearing a sweater, so that's what I'm going to think of. Now whenever I stitch on the bird, so I have another reverse, image of those, but I think this month there's a cartouche in the middle with her name in it, and I'm going to work on that. And
those colors are so vibrant.
Aren't they so pretty?
Oh, they are.
So pretty. I thought about recharting the 1/1 verse. I don't want to read the whole thing, but it's a religious verse, which was fine. I was thinking about recharting it to be
smaller.
The 23rd Psalm. That was my mom's favorite psalm. And then, because I would like to do something to kind of personalize these, but that just seems like a really big undertaking right now. I don't know that I'm going to be up for doing that, so I'm not sure I'm going to do that. But
speaking
that was a thought.
Speaking of personalizing, I called my great aunt. I don't know. She's 94.
Oh.
And anyway, just to check on her. She's doing very well, but she let me know that her younger sister was in the hospital. So anyway, we got to talking, and I wanted, because she is the last of my paternal relatives. So I got all the names.
Does she live nearby?
No, she actually lives or what's that? Air not Richardsbauer, but way like 5 hours away from here,
Hayes.
in Missouri.
Oh, in Missouri.
Gerardo?
Oh,
Cape Girardeau? No.
there is a Cape Girardeau.
Okay.
But there's
Anyway, she's
the
about
Air
5
Force
hours
base.
away.
Okay.
But anyway, we had a really nice talk, and we went through all the family, back to great-great-grandma and
That's
all the
so
siblings.
important to capture
You
that.
know, because I didn't get that from my mom. You just think your moms are going to live forever. And, I know part of it, but I don't know all the siblings and stuff. So it was so nice to talk to her and get all that information, because it's like everyone has all that information to put on their samplers. And I haven't had it, it's like, I don't know my family very well. The past. I do know we come from Wyoming, and I know that my great-great-grandma was married an Indian chief, and we have a lot of Indian in us, and it's kind of nice to know those things. So, but it was really nice to talk to my Aunt Marilyn and get all that information. So
That's wonderful.
I applaud you guys that know all your family tree, because I think it's really important to know where you came from.
It's hard, and it's hard to, even on, with all of the resources available online, I think it's a lot easier for us than it used to be if you had to go to, the courthouse in a certain town and try to look up birth records or whatever. But it is a lot easier. But there's a lot of, I don't know if you've done that, like on Ancestry.com, there's some things that people put down that seem like they're related to your family, but then you kind of look at it a little closer and it's like, no, this really isn't accurate. So you still have to really spend time, I think, doing that. But it's fascinating. It's so
Just a tip to you younger people out there is check with your family and get your family tree, because once they're gone, they're gone. So anyway,
That's a good idea.
Good idea.
That's a good idea. One of my goals is to work on, last year I had ordered this was a year-long kit from Hands On Design, and every quarter they would send you 3 of these little designs to do. It's called like Seasons in the Round, I think. And then they have and I don't have my spring one hanging up yet. I finished my spring set right away, and then I didn't finish any of the other sets. So my goal is to do one of these each month, and then by time fall comes, I should have everything done and ready to go. But this is my winter set. I did that one in December. This one, I'm almost got it finished in February, but that was 1/1 stitching on all those words, and so it was very time consuming. It was, it took a lot of time, but I'm getting close to it. I just have to add a couple little sprigs of greenery on either side, and then the third in this series is a winter scene, so I'm looking forward to doing that. But this is my question though. So I was stitching this morning, and it's kind of a mirror image of this, but the snow's on the bottom of the branch. Shouldn't it be on top? I'm not going to change it now, but that's how it was charted, was the snow is underneath the branch here.
Maybe it's because it's snowing. It's past that part.
It's dripping.
It only started snowing in the middle.
Okay, and then talking of winter scenes, there's a stitch along that's being done in honor of Ginger Shull's birthday. A lot of people are doing, it was started by Finally a Farm
Ginger.
Girl and Stitchy Linda, and they are doing, what is it? It's a prairie schooler, and it's the one with the trees. Is it Winter Village?
Winter Village.
Yeah.
Winter Village.
And so I'm not doing that one. I'm doing December. And so I work on that on Saturdays is the designated day to do that. And I finished all the words on this. I finished all the snowflakes, and I changed the snowflakes from the called for 3371, kind of the dark brownish black, to I think it's 926. And it's, it will match up. I think I'll make this row that same color, and then it ties in. There's like some blue in the shadows there. So I think that will tie in nicely.
And that's a good color for snowflakes. They don't have to be white.
No.
So
kinda
sometimes I
icy
use
blue.
a gray or
So that one is so much fun. I'm really enjoying
I
the
love prairie
stitching.
schoolers.
I don't know
Love
if I'll still feel like doing it when it gets to be gardening time. Let's see. That's the one. I think that's on my whips.
Okay.
That's all that I worked on.
I kind of thought about for goals to kind of go on a quarterly.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. So I had picked up, these are
Because then
some,
you have more flexibility.
yeah.
So
And these are some pretty big ones, but that doesn't mean I have to finish them. I mean, if I'd like to finish them. But, so kind of my first quarter goals I set up was Reverend Gordon Squash Bottom. Because I got a good start on him, and I know that if I sit down and work at least 5 days at a time on some of these, you can get a lot done. The other one is Feast of Friendship, and I got almost the house done. All I have left to do is the urn
that's a lot.
and the flowers on the other side. I didn't bring these
And
in.
that's the blackbird design. That a lot of people have done it.
And then again, my Santas, at least one a month, but I would like to do 2 a month, or at least get the second one started to finish up on the next month. But I don't know how many I'm going to make. 12 minimum, maybe more. So just
Because you can always do ornaments even if you don't
I
use
can.
it in your quilt. So.
and I can. The other one was the Country Holiday Horse, and I got it almost. The horse is half done,
Okay.
and then I have the garland underneath him, and finish his little blanket on the other side. So those aren't too far from being finished. The New Year's sampler, I'm just getting started. And I kind of set that on the side burner because I wasn't too sure whether I was going to have to start it over again, which I don't want to, but
I hope not.
I hope not. So I measured my fabric. The only thing is it's not straight. And so I have to see, I'm trying to get all the way across the top so I can see that, because the right side, it it goes in like this, and I don't want to get all the way down to the bottom and find out I can't finish it. So
Was it surged?
no.
Okay. Well,
So anyway, we'll talk about that another time. North Pole and Old Man Winter, or not Old Man, the Old Winter, the deer. And anyway, so those are kind of my first quarter goals.
Those are
so
good.
I'm going to stick with those and try not to let the squirrel catch me, and see what I can get done by the time of the second quarter. And then I'll probably carry them over, but
well, that reminds me of I'll go ahead and mention the Flosstubers I've been watching. So one of them was the Seattle Stitcher, and that's Megan, and a lot of these, a lot of these people have done their, like a whip parade, and so she was showing a piece that she started at, and it's a Thea Gouverneur, I think is how you pronounce it. It's actually my daughter-in-law's maiden name, so I should know how to pronounce that, but the Governor. She has a piece of linen that she started in the right place, but it was serged, and as she's stitching across, she's noticing, I believe it was her who was talking about this, she's noticing that it was not serged in a straight line. So that's always something to make sure you check on, especially if it's not serged, you can tell it a little easier because there'll be like loose strings or something.
yeah, and that's what's happened is it's been in my stash. It started to unravel on the sides.
Okay.
And more so on one side than the other side. I should have checked it all the way through.
I know, that's always something that's hard. I mean, we
You
always
should check
really
it
just
at the
get
top
started
and
just
the
get
bottom
going.
to make sure they're the same
Yeah.
inches across.
So try to check for that before you start. So that's just a reminder. But Megan also has several Quakers that she's working on, which I love those. I love every one of them. And then she also talks about knitting. And then new to me is the Hoogie Stitcher. And Samantha's been filming about 2 years. And you probably seen her whip parade. I'm probably the last one to see. It looks like it's been well viewed, but she has lots of big projects. Mirabilia, Nora Corbett. She's also working on Leela's Studios Spring and Summer Quakers, which are beautiful. She's working on Dutch Beauty, and I like that she was talking about this being a legacy piece that she said could take 10 years to do. I don't think about taking 10 years.
I can't.
But 5, I mean, you know, if there's some of these pieces that I've started, I don't really feel bad about having started so many. And
I don't either.
I don't like that I haven't got a lot of work done, but if I just do a little bit each year and look at it as being a legacy piece, maybe give me permission to look at it that way. I think that's a really great idea. And she's doing she and her friend are doing a dragon stitch along in 2024. And then Sully Stitches.
Oh, I have her.
Tara started a new floss tube, and she has her first one out, and she said I think she's going to film another one this week. And she's a girl after my heart. She has all kinds of country sampler kits. She has a lot of the Vicki Clayton silks. Just loved a lot of her projects. Shows a lot of Stacey Nash and Brenda Gervais. And then I like I'm my nerd about planning. She has the weekly stitching journal that she keeps, and it's very artistic and very detailed. So, I love seeing all that kind of stuff too. And then Red Cross Stitcher is new to me, and she has about 10 videos up, including she has a new tote bag tutorial that I'm looking forward to looking at.
So I got her on my list
and
too.
Then, caught up with, a lot of our longtime favorites, Olivia from Pumpkin Hollow, Carol from Softbox Stitcher, Brenda and Laura, then others but if you have a new floss tube that we haven't mentioned when we kind of mention some of these new ones, let us know. We'd love to check it out.
Yeah, I also watched Lala D, Laura. She's a real sweetheart. And then I watched Soleil Stitches, Red Cross Stitcher, Prims and Privies, Doreen. She has a lot of good information, and she's also a wool applique and punch needle. So she's got a lot to offer. Jen's Stitching Niche.
I didn't know she had a new one.
Unfinished Stitches, mother and daughter, Madison and Mama. I'm sorry, Mama. But Asbury Echoes, Rhonda and her son Drew. They're so cute together. Jennifer from Calculated Stitcher, Awachagaran Stitches. Finally a Farm Girl, Chrissy and Linda. New England Stitcher, Stephanie, and Sarah's Stitchery. So those are some fun things, ones to watch. So
we'll put those in our show notes.
And football, and football, and basketball, and football, and no more football.
New Heights.
And new news. I love those guys.
If only Travis could clean up his language a bit.
Yeah, he's got some. His mom used to make him. She's make him put quarters in a jar or something.
I don't know.
Or dollars, $1,000, whatever.
And I wanted to mention this basket that I showed. This is from 1803 Farmhouse.
I love that
And
basket.
You can order them online, and she has different sizes that she uses, but this is a really great size for carrying your needlework around to various events.
Hey, do you know why koala bears aren't considered bears?
No.
They don't have the qualifications. Okay, another Flosstuber that I really enjoy, and again, it's not cross-stitching as such, but for junk journaling and your book of days, I mean, you could always, dress it up a little bit. But anyway, her name is Treasure Books, and she inspired me to, I've found this on Amazon, I believe. And it came with a tool.
Oh, wow.
But it has so many beautiful things in there that you could use for junk journaling or for stickers.
Okay, so that's kind of like the same lines of what I ordered.
That's what I was thinking. So, anyway, so
cute.
Just something different, and she has done some things that I would really like to try. So, not saying I'm actually going to get into it fully, but sure looks like fun.
So for these, you have like the tool for cutting them out, and then do you decoupage them, or do you?
Oh, I think I just glue them
on.
So,
I just use like a glue stick. Is there?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's probably what I would do, but instead of scissoring it, I don't know, I'd probably cut my finger off using that. So, because I know thyself. That's what I would do.
Well, I have a pair of scissors that I've had for years, and they're little plastic scissors, but they have like the edges look like you've ripped the page.
The Netherlands.
And so I like to use those for a little bit of a fancier edge. And I guess I have one that's scalloped. I like the one that just makes it look like it's ripped.
Because I started and just stickered it up. But when I saw that, I was like, I think I want something a little bit different this year. So, and I went ahead and started my...
Okay, on the same wavelength.
Yeah. So, just nothing in there yet. But, anyway. But I've already 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Started 9 projects so far this year and finished 3. But not UFO. I got a UFO. Anyway, I can't wait. New year, new joy.
Yes.
Okay.
It still seems new, even though we got through a month already.
Gosh. This came from this month's cross stitch, and I always go through it. I thought this was really cute. And I mean, you could pick they do have the motifs in them, but you could pull them from any sampler or something, say, well, that's this sampler I did, or this sampler I did, or I don't know. This called to me.
That's a good idea.
And just kind of a little bit of what you did for the year. What do you got?
I just have some organization kind of tips.
Okay.
We got these bags when we were at Color and Cotton, and I just think this is a good size. This would be if you sell bags, this would be a cute little retreat gift too, and it's just a really handy size for glasses. Perfect. And it's good to have like a bigger pair of scissors on hand for some projects. A little tape, not a tape measure,
gauge.
Yeah. Well, it's a
stitch gauge.
Stitch gauge or ruler. So keep that in there.
I like the vinyl front too on those.
So it's easy to see where you have your things stored. So table next to where I stitch, and just kind of you just collect scissors over time that people give you or that you buy for different things. And this is one of those. It's called a stash and store. And so I also have my unstitcher in here and a couple of tools for turning, I guess, or
pokers.
Yeah. So I just
and pretty
keep that
scissors
next to it.
One of the things I like to do on my scissors is I have a lanyard, and because I'm always they're falling through the couch and things like that, so I wear a lanyard, put my scissors on the end of it. So I go to the grocery store, forget I have my scissors on, and sometimes I get the funniest looks. I just don't get it. So I did clean up my sewing room really good, and I kept finding scissors and scissors. I have 2 frogs, and I keep my scissors in my frogs, and I think they're all filled up. Another tip, I went through all my floss. These are my DMCs. And I put them, they're all in numerical order, and I do them by the numbers. I just grabbed these are my 4s. I actually got this tip, I'm probably stealing this from Roberta, but I put them on the big rings, and then I bought one of those rods.
Because I have mine I have a walk-in closet where I keep mine.
And just hang those on the rods, and so instead of in a box, then I can just go in there and it's like, yep, I got that one. And I do the same thing with my variegated floss. So
that's a good idea.
Yeah, so I know right off the bat whether I have it or not.
So I showed this a while ago, but when we were at Galleria, I bought this little handmade booklet, and it's like a little needle book. And so if I was fancy, I would have stitched what the needles are, but on the different pages, I just did a a little sticker that has what kind of needles are on that page, and so that's how I keep my extra needles, is in this little needle book. And I like that. I just think it's a real pretty. It's
just small.
Yeah,
too.
it's just small, but it lets me keep a variety of needles at hand.
And you know, right where they are. I like these boxes at Hobby Lobby. And they have the magnet front.
And Joann's will have them too. And
Oh, yes.
They'll have them on sale from time to time.
Yes, these were. So I'll put my floss in here, and I was going to. This is a new project that I got, to where just this one project is going to be. So everything I'm going to keep in this box. As soon as I find it. Here it is. My little great niece's name is Alice, and her birthday's coming up in the summer. But anyway, so this will hold Alice's floss, and so whenever I want to work on it, I'll just grab my box.
That's kind of like Laura did kind of the same thing. She had her box for her Christmas stitching, I think, and she had just a whole bunch of supplies in there.
And it does come in all sizes, so you can get a big box or a small box.
And boxes, you can never have too many boxes. I have been a long time collector of these little metal boxes.
You know, I have looked for those since you told me about them.
Yeah.
I haven't found any yet.
Well, yeah, you can, well, yeah, I guess you just have to
Just be
depends on
lucky.
the kind of antique mall you're in or whatever, and I don't know that they're that popular, but little document boxes, they're probably from late 1800s, early 1900s. This one is just kind of a plain one, and this is the one I keep all my thread in, so that's just a good size for the sewing thread I've accumulated throughout the years. I have several different sizes. This is a much bigger one. It's not in great shape, but it doesn't have to be because it's still functional, and to me it's pretty. I mean, I like that it's got some age on it. And this is where I keep my trims. And so, you know, some trims I keep in just the plastic bags they come in. I have it kind of organized by color. I also take old spools and we'll put lace and ribbon on old spools and keep them that way. You know, just little things, odds and ends. So I know this is I have a stack of these on one of my shelves in my closet, and that one is on the bottom. I don't have them, sorry, be outside. I don't have them labeled. I just kind of know what's in which one.
Most of my patterns I keep in my project bags, but I don't really have a system. Maybe you guys can tell me a system, but I have a lot of patterns that don't have bags, and right now I keep a special basket for loose patterns. But we love our project bags.
Yeah, we sure do. No doubt about that. And then, you know, but I do have new boxes too, and these are just so handy because I can stack these on a shelf too. You can, you know, easy to pick up and carry them all at once. And they just have a variety of supplies related to punch needle I've made some, you know, floss tags and that sort of thing, but I can easily keep all my
That's a
things
good idea.
together there, and it's easy to see what's in which bin. I keep track of it that way.
I have a wonderful shelf, a big wooden shelf that came from a retail store, and they were getting rid of it. There's probably 30 or 40 little compartments. They do slant down a little bit, but I get these black and white check little baskets. They fit in there, and it's just I couldn't pick it up now if I wanted to. I mean, it weighs so much, but boy, it sure does hold a lot too. And then it's got the flat top, so that is my big storage. I couldn't bring it to show you. I should have taken a picture. I should have taken a picture.
Maybe insert that.
Yeah,
here.
I forgot to take pictures.
So this is just another. A lot of people do this. In fact, I got this jar of buttons, and I have used them for different projects. But Just I like to have the old jars for keeping buttons in because they look pretty. This is not an old one. This is a reproduction jar. But they're just fun to store.
I love,
have on your shelf.
Love to buy buttons.
And then I like old baskets too. You can usually find around here, you can find old baskets for anywhere from like $10 to $40 if they're in decent shape. This is just a variety of yarn that I use for finishing. So again, I just put this up on my shelves.
This is the color I've been looking for.
I dyed this myself.
Oh, that's why.
Back when I used to do crafts, I bought it wholesale like that. This chenille trim. And then I would dye it myself with like grit dye, and that'd be brown and maybe a little bit of tan.
Huh.
So, do you want some?
No. Yeah,
I'll have it out.
I'll just take the basket.
Okay. And then I think you do this too. You have some of your patterns in.
Oh yes, I meant to bring.
That's a lot to haul.
It is a lot to haul, but
yeah. Do you have them by seasons, or how do you have them? Or by some people do it by designer.
I'm doing mine by designer.
Okay.
I first did them by seasons.
Okay.
And thinking, we'll bring my book, when we have themes, but I think I find it easier
to do it by designer.
I don't know. I go back and forth.
I have mine by seasons, but then this is my book of samplers, so this is my big one. The other ones are not nearly this big. They're about half this size, and these I have in here alphabetical by designer. So that's just
a little bit more organized.
And then these are, you can buy these any size. And
I went to Savers, Goodwill, whatever. I got my
you can get them.
I got my binders, for $1.99, and then the inserts. But that's a good idea.
And the final thing I think I'm going to share is these. I have a bag, and this is a bag that we got from Quilter Station for one of the retreats, or for several retreats we got them. And so I use one, and I put all the patterns that I think I would like to kit up.
Oh.
Not even necessarily in the near future, but what I do is I put them in here, and I have another bag that's for the seasonal ones. And then when I get linen, if I think, well, that linen might be a good possibility, I'll just go ahead and package it with the pattern, and then I have the linen here, and all I need to add is the floss.
I guess I just did. It says, "This is my happy place," and I was going to stitch that, and I kind of did the same thing. Put the linen in there. I mean, like kitting it up, but I wanted to do this. There goes my quarterly plans.
You found something already? And some of them, I don't have this on very many. This is one I really want to start. We saw Doris stitching on this at the very first Quilter Station retreat. I think it was the first Quilter Station retreat. And this is absolutely fabulous in person.
I am just amazed at how many samplers,
there are.
I'm totally
and still being unique. And then, I do have some in these Amazon bags too. So that's just another idea for storage.
Yep.
So and then I have these
bags and boxes and
I have these near my
baskets.
computer so it's easy to just pop on and order the floss.
There you go. Well, I came across, I guess it's haul, but it's more like I want. I love these books. Little snowman. Let's say we don't do sweatshirts anymore. Quilts. This is cute. I just like to collect these. When Roberta had showed them, and it's like, I completely forgot about those.
I know I had this one. I don't know if I still do or not.
This is a cute little pattern on the back. This is Woodland Threads, still by Needle Love. This one feels pretty new. Just so many cute projects. I say I'm going to work on all these wool projects, and
Oh, I know I did this.
I
pillow.
just sit there and cross stitch. I can't stop.
I know I've done that pillow in the past.
He's cute. And there's like your little church baby,
Yeah, those are so cute.
snow baby.
And
And
then
it's-
this one, look at that snowman.
He's
So
just got so
cute.
much personality. And I have really printed off quite a few.
I have that one too. That's all. I think that's so pretty.
I just love this pillow, this winter pillow, because you can literally leave it out.
And you could change the colors if you wanted to do it in
Yeah.
different colors. That would be very easy. It's just a few colors, I think.
And Camping Stitcher, this was her blessing sampler, but I just think this is just a beautiful, not too big sampler to just keep in your house. And Rhonda at Asbury's Echoes, just a New Year's blessing. Just a nice little pillow. Looks like it's on, no, but that would be pretty on that gingham, that dark gingham. And this was my, whoops. Well, it's a freebie, but
Oh, I like that.
from Les
New Year's
Isn't
blessings. I like that.
that pretty? And Stitchy Princess, I don't know if you guys follow her or see her on Instagram, but the war over there is just ravaging, and her best friend's husband was killed in the recent bombings
She's in Ukraine.
in Ukraine. Yeah, she had this new one on her website, and all the proceeds was going to her friend. But she does some really cute patterns. So if you want to check any of those out, there's beautiful patterns out there, and the designers and the Etsy stores they have some great, and there's some free ones out there too. So enjoy your stitching.
Yes. I did want to mention a couple upcoming retreats. I'm sorry. In 2024, there's going to be Stitching on the River cross-stitch retreat that's being put on by Maggie's on Maine and Idaho. The dates are July 26th to 28th, and the guest designer is Dirty Annie. And so I listed that one on my website. I think registration's still open for that. Another one is Country Sampler. If you are on their newsletter or get their emails, they opened registration for their summer camp, and their designers are Brenda Gervais, Jennifer Richardson of Violets and Verses, and Birgit Tolman of The Wishing Thorn.
That's a good
and
one.
I called them right before we filmed today, and they are full. But if you want to be on a waiting list, and things happen, if you're on a waiting list, as long as you can make last minute plans to get up there either by driving or however, you just might get in. So if that's something you're interested in, call the store and ask to be put on their waiting list. And then I forgot I was going to mention this. We get, at least I get a magazine put on by one of our local hospitals, and it has different topics that covers about health. And if you follow American football, you have probably seen any of the Chiefs game. It's really big news that Taylor Swift is dating our Travis Kelce, who's a major player in he's the tight end, and he and Mahomes have been surpassing a lot of long-time records. They're pretty amazing. So it talks about this, but then it talks about why she connects with so many people of all different ages. And so I just wanted to read this little paragraph, and it's captioned, "You belong with me," and it says, "Swifties have a global connectedness. They're seemingly immune from the divides of race, class, age, and gender. A nice change from the divisiveness that permeates nearly all other areas of our society. This T-Swift social connectivity is more beneficial than we may realize. The defining features of Homo sapiens are intelligence and our intensely social nature. We humans have a deep need for a sense of belonging. This social connectedness is essential if we are to thrive. And I just wanted this, and I thought of the cross-stitch community.
I know. I knew the minute you started talking, it's just like, it's just all of us. No matter where we come from or what we do, or
yeah, because I mean, our stitching is a comfort. Just the act of stitching and the repetitiveness has been shown to be
going through the fabric.
It's just shown to be therapeutic or for good for your mental health. But then being part of the community, and I know we're a virtual community a lot of times, but that's why I mentioned the cross stitch retreats as well. Is that you hear it time and time again. People go, they don't know anyone. They're going to a cross-stitch retreat by themselves, and they end up, being in a text group with the table they sat with, or doing Zoom calls with those folks, or they just form connections. You form connections, and so I think when we sit down and film, we think about all of you who we hear from, who say you don't have a stitching community, and that's why we like to interact with you through comments and keep in touch that way. But you're important to us because you're our community, and we love this community, and we're just very blessed to be part of it. So I just think there's a benefit. People maybe don't have someone nearby who gets why you stitch, but those of us who do, we have that instant connection, and it's really important. So
that's really nice.
I think you really need to foster those connections. So,
we do feel connected. I went down to check on Jan, Les's wife, who Les had passed away a couple of weeks ago, and she's a stitcher and a quilter. And I invited her to a stitch group that we go to that's a little bit more local to our area. And she said she told me at the funeral that she wanted to come. And I think it'd be good for her to have that connection with other people. And, when you're by yourself, you've lost that connection, and temporarily, I hope. And, so I'm hoping that this opens the door for her, and that she can feel connected to people who care, and some of them that have been in the same boat as she is.
Yeah.
So, but anyway.
Okay.
I did have do we have anything else to show?
I just have a tiny bit of haul.
Okay.
But it kind of ties in with our giveaway too.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah. Our giveaway.
I'm starting.
Oh, my brain is someplace else. I'm sorry. Okay. Yes. Thank you for our
8,000 subscribers.
8,000 subscribers. So. We're so happy.
Yeah, and we want to celebrate, and we also want to recognize some really great designers and some great creators that we've had the opportunity to meet or interact with or purchase from. And so one of them, do you want to just alternate? I'll do one and you do one kind of thing? Okay. So one of them is Wendy from the Heart Needle Art. And the 4 people I'm going to mention are people that I had the opportunity to meet at Sampler Symposium. And Wendy has a lot of really, really beautiful patterns. On our last video, we showed her Dutch birds pattern. And then I am going to post a picture here because something's wrong with my printer and it's really printing weird. But she has an online store, and she is going to donate one of her patterns to someone who's one of the giveaway winners. And the way to enter this giveaway is we are going to give you a keyword to use, and then at our next video in about 2 weeks or so, we will scroll through and have a random comment generator who will pick that keyword, and that person will be able to win a pattern, and these are PDFs, so I think this is something that you could do even if you are from out of the country. But one of the patterns of hers that I have long admired is Hannah Hetherington. Yeah, Hannah Hetherington. And this is a gorgeous pattern. My photo doesn't do it justice, but I have kitted it up with the called for dinky dies, and I think this is one of those that I had pulled some of my from my stash of linen. This is oaken. I think it's 40 count oaken. Here's how those dinky dies look on this.
Oh,
Isn't that
gosh.
pretty? I think that blue and that brown,
That
I think
blue
that's going to be
sticks
really, really
out.
pretty. And I have this kitted up in, I am part of the Tiger Lily's quarterly project bag club, Keeper Club. She calls it the Keeper Club. And so this is the project bag from this quarter that I just got, like, I think a week ago. You can see she fussy cut it, so there's this beautiful dragonfly design on it. And she included a scissor keep with dragonfly scissors.
Oh.
She included handmade caramels, which I love caramels, so they're no longer here. And then she had these thread keeps that this is what they look like. And you just, you know, so you have the,
those
they're
are different.
heart-shaped. Aren't they pretty?
Yeah.
And kind of like a tealy kind of color. And then it has, I like that it has the extra one, so when you don't use all your thread, you put it on that little
nice.
part. And that is, those were by, that is who created those. So the keyword for this will be, let's see, we'll do from the heart will be the keyword for this if you want to be entered to win one of Wendy's patterns.
Okay. I was going to offer a pattern I had purchased and purchased another one from Team Egner. The bottom part is the pattern. But it is, I don't know if can you see the picture? Love is patient. Well, it's just patient and kind. Just a sweet, you could put your initials and your spouse's initials or whatever. Anyway, let's say kind to enter for this pattern.
Okay. And then one of the other designers I've met is Mrs. Flossie. Amy has a lot of really wonderful designs. I loved her.
Oh, it's kind of the same.
little peppermint one that just came out at Christmas time, and then she has this beautiful red and white sampler. And so that is just like one of the ones that you could pick if you were the winner for this. And I am going to start this. I think I'm going to start this on Valentine's Day. I have this Tabby Cat 56 count that I purchased when I was at the attic, and then I already had some Soie de Gers in red, and I don't know what color red this is. I must have had it for something else, but I am going to use that on, and I have another possibility. I have this Eureka. It's by, let's see, Bristol Linen, and this is a 46 count. But I think I'm going to try it on. Isn't that pretty?
Yeah.
Pamplemousse has just a little bit of a orangey undertone, maybe.
Yeah, a little bit.
So for this one, if you want to be entered to win a pattern from Amy, the keyword will be Mrs. Flossie.
Okay, I have an extra book of days. I know we've gone through January, but you could pick it right up in February. Start writing down your patterns and brand new. And I will. Let's say book. We'll use book.
That's easy.
Yeah. If you'd like to enter for this one. Again, thank you.
Okay. One of the other designers, we met when we were there was Teresa from Jersey Girl Stitch Co. And she gifted us these beautiful pins. Everyone
pins.
who was at the retreat got a set of pins, and then she also had a pop-up shop. And so this is just a sample of some of the work that she does. I had mentioned her at our last video, and all the proceeds from her business go to fund her daughter's graduate studies. And so it's just in addition to doing just amazing and beautiful, providing amazing and beautiful pins and products, it's also a very good cause. So the keyword for this, if you want to be eligible, and she said she would give away 2 sets of pins. So there will be 2 winners for this one. And the word for this will be pins.
Okay. Beautiful pins, Teresa. Christina from Siggy's Closet has offered to provide a set. It's a floss ring. I'm showing you. She is sending a Valentine, a heart, but it has a little needle minder. I'll just get this. I'll add this one to it. This is another one. Let's.
They're adorable.
Yeah, they're cute. Let's say gingerbread, and on the other one that has it hadn't arrived yet. Say heart.
Okay.
This is just too cute. I have one more. I know we said 8, but this is from Fat Quarter Shop, and it is their October quarterly, and I've been saving it because I knew we'd get there. But I think this is so cute. It has the pattern, and it has the material included, and it's got the words on the back. It says, I don't know if you can see it, pumpkins, acorns, fall breezes, anyway, autumn. And it has the material and the floss. It comes with, this is going to be so cute, guys. It comes with floss drops, little pumpkin floss drops.
Oh, this is so cute.
And it comes with a needle minder.
So even though it's not fall, it's never too early to start.
You can start it and it will be ready for fall. And I said I knew it was out of season, but I just thought it was
really
so cute.
This bag is
and
so
then
cute.
it all comes in the bag. So for this one, let's say fall.
Okay. And then the last giveaway we have is from another designer that I met at Sampler Symposium, and that's Robin from Little Robin Designs. And I'm going to pop a couple pictures of some of her patterns in here. Again, this would be a pattern from her shop. And also, one of the other things I wanted to mention is a lot of designers are giving sneak peeks or full looks at the products they will be releasing at Nashville Needlework Market. And so if you want to keep up with that, if you're on Instagram, it's, let's see, hashtag, all one word, Nashville Needlework Market 2024. There's over 100 pictures on there already, and Robin is one of them who has posted a really tantalizing look at something that she's bringing out at market. So that's a great way to get some sneak peeks in, to get excited. That might be something we'll talk about next time.
Yeah.
Some of the things that have caught our eye, because lots of
If that
really
giraffe
beautiful
with the
things.
sweaters and that's mine.
Well, and so I know there's a couple pieces I was looking at from Robin, and I want to see what she's bringing out as market as well. So the keyword for that will be Robin. And so I will scroll the keywords for these giveaways as we announce them. And so hopefully you take a screenshot if you want to and I'll probably post them below on our show notes as well if you want to enter any and all of those. And again, please don't say giveaway. Please be 18 or older, because we have to get your name for the mail things. We need to get your address, and then yeah, and don't say win, those kinds of words. But we are very, very excited. We're so thankful for the opportunity to be here with you guys. And then I wanted to say one thing about plans. Did you have anything you wanted to talk about as far as plan? I think you kind of talked about
my
it. And then I had one thing I wanted to mention for plans for this coming month. And I mentioned I was watching a lot of the recaps of Sampler Symposium, and one of the people who posted hers was Catherine Adrian, who is, her Flosstube name is Stitching in Costume. And she mentioned she wanted to start the Smith Sampler. And the Smith Sampler by Scarlet House is something I've had kitted up for a while. This is one, when you talk about having a sampler on your wall, I always imagine having this on my wall. So I knew I wanted to start it. And then this year, it is every year, the Rocky Mountain, the Sampler Guild of the Rockies will have several pieces that they will call challenge pieces, and the goal is to pick one of these challenge pieces and complete it before the new year starts for the guild, which is in like September. It's broken down. Well, I did that myself. Okay. That's my stitching goals, and so I told Catherine I'd be happy to start that with her. So I am starting mine today.
Oh, it's so pretty.
Here's if you're not familiar with it, this is what it looks like. I'm planning to do mine on, this doesn't look big enough, but I think I bought this as a kit. I'll have to see what this is.
Double measure.
Yeah, I will definitely double measure. It's a really pretty linen, whatever it is.
It is gorgeous.
I think I got this from the attic, so I'll have to look it up, and then here's the colors.
I look at it and I think, that is not too bad.
It's not very big. And if you'd be interested in joining us, I took a stab at breaking it up, and I actually broke it into 12 parts. I don't know if I'll have it done by September for the Sampler Guild, but let me know, and I'd be happy to send this to you if you want to join along.
That's swan.
I could totally misjudge this, but anyway, it's really, really pretty, and I'm excited to be starting that with Catherine.
I always have to look at
my two I'm starting this month will be this one today, February 1st, and then I'm going to be starting the red sampler by Mrs. Flossie on Valentine's Day.
This is my birthday month.
Yeah.
I'm celebrating I get 29 days of celebration this year.
And you deserve it.
Thank you.
Okay. So
well, I guess I could finish with a bedtime story. Are we at that point?
Yeah. Did you? I just want to mention. I don't know if you're getting these calls too. I had one of those, calls where people are trying to scam. One of those scammy calls, and he said, "Well, I know all your passwords." And I said,
no.
I know. I said, let me get a notepad, and can you tell me what they are so I can write them down?
Good for you. Good thinking. Fast thinking.
A joke. That's my joke. I got that from my cousin today.
You got me.
See, I'm not the only one who's gullible.
I thought, no. I said, Stacy had talked about this guy, George. I was going to tell you that, he's a jerk on her 911 stitcher. She got me. I don't think I can tell that. Oh, I love it. Oh. She got me. Okay. That's making me cry. All right. Sitting on the side of the highway, waiting to catch speeding drivers, a state police officer sees a car puttering along at 22 miles per hour. He thinks to himself, this driver is just as dangerous as a speeder. So he turns on his lights and pulls the driver over. Approaching the car, he notices that there are 5 old ladies I think of us on a road trip.
Yeah.
5 old ladies, 2 in the front seat and 3 in the back, wide-eyed and white as ghosts. The driver, obviously confused, says to him, "Officer, I don't understand. I was doing exactly the speed limit. What seems to be the problem?" "Ma'am," the officer replies, "you weren't speeding, but you should know that driving slower than the speed limit can also be a danger to other drivers." "Slower than the speed limit?" "No, sir. I was doing the speed limit exactly, 22 miles an hour." The old woman says a bit proudly. The state police officer, trying to contain a chuckle, explains to her that 22 was the route, not the speed number. A bit embarrassed, the woman grinned and thanked the officer for pointing out her error. "Before I let you go, ma'am, I have to ask, is everyone in this car okay? These women seem awfully shaken, and they haven't muttered a single peep this whole time," the officer asks. "Oh, they'll be all right in a minute, officer. We just got off of Route 119. The end. Got 2 jokes tonight. Okay. We have had so much fun these last 45 floss tubes and just growing and loving this hobby and getting to know you all. And, Roberta's had the opportunity to go to many retreats and we've got another one coming up in April and very much looking forward to doing that. And I just can't thank you enough for just wanting to listen to us.
We appreciate you spending time with us, being with us on this journey, commenting, and so we can get to know you, saying things when we're out in public. And so
I know.
We really appreciate I know that someone said, well, we feel like we know you, and we wish it could be totally reciprocal.
They want to be.
We always enjoy getting to know you and hearing your story and your stitching story, and we love it. So we feel very blessed.
We do. So thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful 2 weeks.
Yep,
we'll see you soon.
soon.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Yes.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Love you.